Hello, guys. Welcome to another podcast. We still don't have a name, but we're going to hopefully have a name very, very soon. At least, at least in a couple of weeks, or hopefully maybe even next week. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome to another podcast. My name is Ivan, and this is my friend. Actually, his name is Peter Black. Because that's the name he's going with.
Name. Yeah.
That's his podcast name, Peter Black. Black. That's going to be fun. How are you doing, Peter, today? What's going on? I can't call you Peter. Sorry, Becky.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just can't call you Peter. It's weird.
Okay, thank you so much, Alazar. Bruh.
You can call me Ivan.
I know. Okay, so yeah.
It's not Ivan, it's Ivan. It's not like Igor. Ivan, like, in Frankenstein. Igor.
Or Ivar the Boneless.
Sorry,
you know
what?
Ivar the Boneless.
I don't know about the Boneless.
You don't really. Oh my god, you really haven't heard about Ivar the
No,
Boneless?
I have never. I'm gonna Google it later.
He was a Viking leader and a commander who invaded.
It's
England.
actually his name.
I'm not joking, really.
Ivar. Oh my god. Yeah, so for people who are not actually Serbian speakers, Ivar is pretty fun in Serbian.
Yeah.
Especially for a person's name.
I guess it is, so yeah.
How are you doing today? What's going on?
Okay. Just these days, not so busy. So hopefully, I will get busy next week. Yeah, that sounds really dirty, but I didn't mean it the dirty way.
You're starting a new job. We're not gonna discuss the details, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Let's focus.
Let's just say you're starting a new job, right? And it's a kind of exciting time for you now these days.
Very exciting,
yeah. And actually, for all of you listening, I mentioned that before we started recording, but Pekki is going to actually come and live with me for a little bit of like a week or two or something. In the future, he's going to live in my city, so we can actually have a podcast at the same place. We're going to probably change up a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna record from here or from another room in my house, but we're gonna be in the same room. The audio is gonna be much better because I guess you guys right now cannot hear Pekki really well. The quality is not good. I mean, he's loud enough, but the quality is not great. So hopefully we will fix that next time. So that's really good news. Okay, so shall we? Yeah, and I'm pretty well. Yeah, shall we get into it? So our first topic for today. What did you have any of the topics? Do you want to start, or should I start?
Yeah, you should start from the beginning, and then we'll see where.
Okay, yeah, we have some topics. I have some stupid topics here.
Like, what about it?
Yeah, this is the first one that you saw. I sent you the topics. The first one is the thing that I wanted to talk about. It's kind of stupid, but not recently, but for a while now, I've been watching some, dumb procedural, like action, adventure, crime solving TV shows. Usually I watch them when I'm working out or if I'm shaving, and then I use my tablet. I play it on Netflix or something. So like some those types of shows that I don't really need to turn my brain on. I can just like play it in the background just so I can have some entertainment while I'm working out or doing whatever. So I came across this show. Oh my god, this show is a total mess. This show, you've seen Big Bang Theory, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know how people hate on Big Bang Theory because it has a lot of like nerd stereotypes, and it's not really. It's a really dumb show, and all of that, right?
Yeah, I do.
This show.
Why do they do that?
This show is a million times worse than Big Bang Theory. This show, it's called Scorpion. I'm gonna type it in chat. It's called Scorpion. I was basically that's not Scorpion.
Scorpion. Sound like Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't type today. What the heck? I'm just not gonna. Scorpion. It's called Scorpion. So basically, I was like browsing through Netflix, searching for something dumb to watch, like just for like.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah. And
I don't have time to watch anything.
I came across
let alone something dumb.
I came across this show, and it says like, oh, this is a show about like really smart people, like geniuses, and they're solving crimes. And I said, okay, this seems kind of interesting. Let's take a look at this. And this show is so freaking stupid. I can't like.
I can't even.
Yeah, I can't even like. The whole show is like. You basically you sent the link on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's basically about people who are really smart. Like the main guy is like has 195 IQ or something like that, 96, whatever. And he's really smart, and then they kind of help the government to solve some crimes and stuff. It seems like a interesting, idea, but the execution is terrible. Like the supposed geniuses are so freaking stupid that I can't even. So they do dumb stuff in every episode. Like instead of actually calling, they're working for the government, so they have the disposal of the government. They have like secret agents and stuff like that. Instead of doing that, they find the criminal, and then they go and they get captured. And then they of course find a way out of it because they're kind of geniuses. But the reason why I like this show is I devised a drinking game for this show. I don't actually play it, but every time they say somebody's IQ, then you should have a shot, right?
You should drink because
they mention how smart they are in every episode. They say, I have neither 196 IQ, this person has 150 IQ, blah blah blah. So every time they mention somebody's IQ, you take a shot. Every time they mention how awkward they are and how they cannot they cannot function in like everyday society, you take a shot. Every time, and those types of things. And like I really want to play this, so we should maybe watch an episode and play.
Yeah,
we're gonna get drunk.
Definitely.
So if anybody is interested in a dumber version of Big Bang Theory, that's not a comedy but like a crime solving show, you can watch that. And of course, like the themes, and they're geniuses. So they're software geniuses. They're hackers, but also they know how to run a nuclear facility. They know how to run like cruiser. They know how to do any kind of everything, right?
Everything except act like normal human.
Yeah. So just wanted to talk about that show shortly. It's not a very popular show, but it's kind of stupid.
Well, it actually talks about multiple intelligences. So meaning that you can be intelligent for maths, but you don't necessarily have to be intelligent in other areas.
Yeah, but this show is very unrealistic. I think. Yeah, it's just a dumb show. You have to see an episode. You'll see. The acting is horrendous also. So yeah. That's like a hot mess that I really enjoy watching right now. But yeah, getting to our next topic. So I saw this on Screen Rant, and I was like interested in that. It says Will Wheaton wants to come back to Star Trek. So there's been like you know who Will Wheaton is, right?
I know. Obviously, like, Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. But
obviously the Next Generation.
But he was actually in the original, in the Next Generation Star Trek, right?
Okay, yeah.
He was like the annoying kid, right?
Exactly.
Everybody hated him. Myself, I didn't hate him so much. It wasn't like I was a kid when I watched that, and I was like, he's okay, whatever. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him. He wasn't my favorite character. I didn't really, care all that much. But now now there's been like an interview with Will Wheaton, and he said like somebody asked him, oh, if you could join, like you've heard of the new show with Patrick Stewart, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard that there's like they're planning a new show, kind of like a academy show or something. I'm not sure.
I haven't. So what is it about?
It's
Like
kind
a
of
talk
it's
show or something?
no, new Star Trek show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what will
Where
he be? Captain
Patrick
Picard
Stewart,
again?
yeah, Captain Picard is not gonna be a captain, but he's I'm not sure, but he's like going to be some kind of like academy teacher, or maybe even headmaster of like the Starfleet Academy or something like that. I don't know. It sounds kind of stupid, to tell you the truth. I'm not like I'm not really
Might not
excited.
necessarily know if they can monetize anything, they will. So.
Might be good, but might be really, really stupid. I don't know. I'm not really excited for that show, even though a lot of people are excited for Patrick Stewart coming back specifically to Star Trek.
I guess it's okay, and we'll see if it's watchable. We'll take.
Yeah.
We'll see the reviews, and yeah.
So
yep.
Connected to that, I don't know. Like, let's see. What thoughts? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, you said regarding that. Obviously, Kirk versus Jean-Luc Picard. You know, I believe we debated this topic, and it is a much debated topic in this. How would I say, Star Trek universe? Who is the better captain?
Yeah.
Honestly, I like them both. I like all of the captains, really. Like literally all of them. All of them had
Captain Janeway, awesome. Cisco, he was like he was pretty cool.
I like Cisco. So he was always calm, so calm even when they were nervous. That's what I really liked about him. And you know, I grew up with DS9.
DS9,
yeah, exactly. That's when I was a kid, and it seemed very, but I couldn't understand it at the time since I was a kid. But basically, the people still have this debate whether Kirk or Picard. Honestly, since I'm I prefer the originals. I would say that Picard, but basically it's a good idea as Patrick Stewart is an amazing actor. So if they have something planned without too much pressure, so I think if there is not too much pressure on it to be good and to be done well, then why not? Why not watch it? I think if the expectations are not too high, then I think they could do a good job.
Could be. I mean, I'm not super excited about it, but I'm definitely going to watch it. So yeah, that's like, there's no question about it. New Star Trek show, I'm watching it, of course. I'm just like a little bit like apprehensive about it. Yeah, but the thing that I wanted to discuss, and this is kind of a stupid thing.
Tell me.
So I read this article about Will Wheaton thinking about, not thinking, but like he says, if they ask me to join, a new Star Trek show, he says, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to come back. Yeah, if I get the opportunity, I'm coming back. So I was thinking, and I actually thought about it this before. I have a pitch for a new Star Trek show. I would like to see, especially since seeing Will Wheaton, in the Big Bang Theory, I'm like, you can say whatever you want about Big Bang Theory, but I think Will Wheaton has become like a much different person, and much like he distinguished.
He matured, let's say.
Yeah, he distinguished himself from the character that he, the annoying kid character that he played in Star Trek. So I think he's pretty cool now. Like I watched him in, of course, Big Bang Theory, but I watched him. Actually, I originally first saw him in The Guild. You've seen The Guild?
I can't.
The Guild,
say
like
that
it's a web show about like a group of gamers. Felicia Day is like the main character. She was the director and creator of the show.
No,
it's an awesome web show. Yeah. Take a look at it. I think you can probably find it on YouTube or something. He was in The Guild. He's pretty cool in it. It's a short, like 5 minutes shorts or something like that. Yeah, so it's not doesn't take a lot of time to watch. He was awesome in The Guild. He's pretty cool in Big Bang Theory. He's like he does the tabletop thing. So he's like a huge nerd. So I like him very much. So I would like to see a new Star Trek show where we can see Will Wheaton being the captain of a new Enterprise or whatever starship.
Probably not Enterprise, just some other
whatever, some other ship, and I would like to
USS Sheldon. USS Cooper.
USS Cooper. No, don't do that.
I think he would like that.
Yeah. So
much.
Will Wheaton is the captain, and we can have Benjamin Sisko.
Okay.
Like Captain.
Up.
Not Benjamin Sisko. What's his name? Jake Sisko.
Jake Sisko is the son. You mean the real actor of Jake Sisko?
Yeah. Did you see how he looks? He looks pretty cool as well. I don't know if he acts anymore, but if he does, so you can have like Captain Wheaton, Captain Wesley Crusher. We can have like maybe First Officer Benjamin Sisko, or he can Jake Sisko. Sorry, he can do some. Doesn't have to be First Officer, and we can have Nog. Nog is a Starfleet officer. Do you know?
I know.
Nog is, so we can have Nog in the crew or something. I don't know. I just like to see that Nog, and we can have some other characters. Of course, they can create new characters, or maybe have some old characters. I would love to see that kind of. I don't know. I think that would.
Well, cool. That's possible, But what you're trying to say is that you want to mix up all. How do I say? You want to mix up characters from all different
they're the new
TV shows, and then sort of like connect them. But you have to take into consideration the timeline and the consistency. And
timeline is consistent. Why do you think? So, the original, not the original, but the Next Generation,
coincides
with Deep Space Nine. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Because Worf is actually in Deep Space Nine, right? So we know that the timeline is at least very close together, right? So the age of maybe Wesley Crusher, he might be a little bit older, and Jake Sisko and Nog might be a little bit younger, but not that much, I think, right? So I think that could work. I know.
Yeah, it could. I remember that in one episode, Picard appeared in DS9. So yeah, so there were some crossovers definitely. So
yeah.
What you want to make is a huge crossover. Could be done. It's doable, but I don't.
You wouldn't watch it. You don't think it's.
I mean, a lot of Star Trek fans would watch it. That's what I want to say. And I was a huge Star Trek fan when I was younger, but. I don't know, maybe now I'm not in that phase. Actually, now I'm just too busy with other stuff. But definitely, if such a project came into being, I think, if it's done correctly, then
and of course they would have to kind of write the characters a little bit different. In like Jake Sisko and Wesley Crusher, they were like kids in the original shows, so they would have to like kind of not change their stories, but like give them like more of a backstory, give them like some life experience. Maybe when they were kids, they were a completely different person than when they get like a little bit older and stuff like that. So I think, of course, that will never happen, but that's my pitch.
Well, it's
I would like to see that.
So for example, taking into consideration that probably the Federation expanded even. Across the Bajor, where the Deep Space Nine is.
Delta Quadrant or something.
Yeah,
right?
So that they expanded a little bit, which is to be expected, obviously. There is a possibility of the two of them meeting and having some significant roles. Obviously,
or just joining Starfleet and getting like, stationed together on a starship or something. Of course, that's a bit of a coincidence, a bit of a reach, but
why not? But I think a lot of people on the other side would consider that would consider that in a sense that you are sort of trying to exploit that whoever made it was trying to exploit. No, not how would I say? I'm really. I have trouble explaining this in words in general. So exploiting the old stories in a way, so trying to get even the last drop of money from the previous stories and so on. Some people would view
might be, and a lot of
like,
people.
Hey, look at them; they're trying to resurrect the old finished stories. Like, I don't want to watch that, or so. Yeah.
But this Picard show, I think it's more of that for me, even more of that.
Yeah, Picard would be able to emphasize, and I believe hopefully come back to the original ideas of of Star Trek.
I don't know. It's like, as far as I understand, it's gonna focus on the Starfleet Academy, not like exploration, not starships, not just academy based. So that's why I'm a little bit apprehensive. I don't know. It's gonna be like a school kind of, Starfleet school kind of TV show. That's why I'm not super excited. I will watch it. Don't get me wrong. I will definitely watch it. But yeah, it might be good. I can't really say. So yeah, that was my pitch for a new Star Trek show, which will never, ever in a million years.
So why don't you? I have one question for you now, since we already started this topic. Why don't you write a script for a Star Trek topic? And I'm not joking with this. I am serious. Why don't we start our own whatever Star Trek
fan fiction?
It's not impossible. We don't have to film it, obviously, but we can send the script, and then there are a lot of Star Trek fan fiction movies made, and so on and so on. So why not? Really,
the thing that the reason why I probably wouldn't ever do that is I'm a Star Trek fan, but I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I'm not a super nerd. And if you were to write fan fiction, if you were to write in the Star Trek universe, you would have to know so much about it.
Yeah, that's true. So
because Star Trek nerds are not gonna accept inconsistencies,
Exactly.
That's the problem.
So we have to. So basically, we would need to find someone who is very
knowledgeable about that.
Right? Knowledgeable about it, but
although it worked, it worked for STD. STD, they don't really care about consistency. They don't care about anything, right?
Okay.
Star Trek Discovery, right?
I know.
STD. It's called STD. STD. It's called STD.
That's what I was like, what? But okay, there is one important thing how I would inspire you to start this. You know that Seth MacFarlane actually had his own Star Trek fan fiction production.
Yeah, it's called The Orville.
Yeah.
No. Is that what you're talking? Orville.
I'm not joking. Before that, not The Orville. So now he has The Orville, which is very successful. But in the past, he had The Orville is in a completely different universe, etc.
Yeah, but it's basically Star Trek.
Real, that he really did the Star Trek something in some
like when he was younger, he did when a Star Trek fan. I saw that. Yes.
So if such, I wouldn't say great minds, but if such successful people have done it, why would it be impossible for us to do that? Now you give me the idea. I've never thought of, many times we spoke about fan fiction and stuff, and I was always like, oh, I want to be original, I want to do my own stuff. But what I noticed is, reading many online forums and stuff, that people do earn more money from fan fiction than from their own. Yeah, I'm not joking about this really, but mostly doing silly stuff, But never mind, fan fiction is fan fiction, so probably not for Star Trek, but people do earn a lot of money, and some experienced writers I saw on Patreon, they actually say that they say that they do, at least one person that I've met, that I've spoken with, she said that she earns more money writing fan fiction than writing her own stories, and she has really good stories, obviously. But from time to time she gets tired of creating new ideas, and then it's easy to revert to something that's already familiar.
Yeah, because you have already established characters, you have this universe to drop on, you have all of that stuff,
so you can just imagine yourself.
Yeah. I guess it's a cool idea. I don't know. I never really was interested in writing fan fiction, but if you're into it, if you have an idea, we can collaborate. Sure.
Yeah, just obviously we can, but first I need to finish my own writing.
You have to write. You have to finish writing your own book. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm really not sure, but yeah, okay. That's a cool idea. So Oh, now when we're already on this topic, before moving to the next one, I want to ask you: have you done some writing recently or not? No.
Not really recently, but we're talking about movies and TV shows right now. We'll
let's
talk
go
about
to the
books
next
later.
one.
Yeah. We have a new follow. I'm just gonna thank this person for following. Oh my god, I have to turn off notifications for the podcast. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know why this is popping off. Should be turned off. Mm-hmm. This shouldn't be popping off the notifications here. But yeah, yeah, we really. This is still an alpha. This is still like an early stages podcast, so we still have some issues. But yeah, we'll talk about writing. In the book section. So yeah, let's move on. Yeah, you were, excuse me, you wanted to talk about this. Let's finish with the television part. You wanted to talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah, about the new Doctor Who. Have you seen?
I haven't seen the trailer. I've seen how I've seen the actress that's gonna be the new Doctor, but I haven't watched the trailer. I didn't know there was a trailer, actually.
Well, not a trailer, but some short video about it. Yeah. So yeah,
I just saw like a poster how like the actress and like she's dressed in like some coat or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Jodie Whittaker, that's sort of famous actress. She started that, and I think what is your opinion on it? So I noticed, at least on Twitter, that people are debating about the fact that Doctor Who is a woman. I personally don't mind it because the Doctor is and can be anything and everything. The show is basically just recycling itself.
Yeah, as far as I understand, the Doctor is kind of like I don't actually watch Doctor Who. I mean, I watched episodes of it. I'm not a huge fan. But as far as I understand, the Doctor can not reincarnate, regenerate, right?
Yeah, something like that. So he can recreate himself.
Yeah. So basically, doesn't have to be really male, right? It's not it's never stated that he is supposed to be male.
Exactly. So I think his species actually is X or something generous or whatever. But do you think that this issue, this thing will ignite some controversies or something?
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure that people will crawl out of the woodwork and hate on this or whatever. And I understand some people just don't want the Doctor to be a woman. Some people might be a little bit reactionary to the whole climate of making all the characters female, like the Ghostbusters thing and a couple of other characters they wanted to gender swap and make them into female characters and stuff like that. I don't have an issue with it. I understand why some people might be angry, but I don't I don't care. Actually, the thing that I care about Doctor Who is that it's a fucking terrible show. I know people will hate me, but I want to like Doctor Who. I watched so many episodes. And I'm like, oh, I want to like this. I'm trying to like this. I'm forcing myself to watch these episodes, but the show is just freaking bad. I don't know. I can't I can't handle the terrible graphics, the terrible the monster of the week thing, the plot lines are really weird and not that good. So I can't really watch the new Doctor Who and enjoy it.
Honestly, for me, the best thing is Daleks.
I've never seen a Dalek episode, actually. I haven't seen.
I've seen just a couple, and obviously Billy Piper and
Billy Piper. Oh my god, that's a huge reason why I watched Doctor.
And I only watched it with David Tennant. His weird facial expressions, like he's always staring into the distance or something.
Oh,
so I remember that but he's a great actor, and she was amazing in there, but not so amazing in Penny Dreadful. But that's a different story. So
Mhm.
yeah, um, I I think that it might this move might give a spin to the whole show possibly, and uh, probably interest some new generations, some new type of people who didn't
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
the show
I'm sure
before.
they also want to interest. Like, I know
Mhm.
more females are starting to get interested in like
Mhm.
sci-fi and nerdy shows and stuff like that. So I guess they want to draw that demographic
Mhm.
to watch Doctor Who or whatever shows are like going on. And to tell you the truth, I just googled some images of the new Doctor Who, and she looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
she's
like
rather
the
good
I like the shirt, like some type of like shirt, like different colors and suspenders and like coat. Yeah, I like it. I think she looks cool. She looks kind of weird, like the. You remember the doctor that had like that really long scarf?
hmm
That like the old Doctor Who like episodes. He had like a really long
yeah.
scarf. Yeah, she kind of reminds me of that a little bit, just not
Mhm.
that crazy.
Okay, I understand. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
uh, you have any other opinions? You watch more episodes than I did of Doctor Who. So
Mhm.
what do you think? What else do you?
Okay. So nothing really. I just saw that and I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, we can move on to the next
Okay,
activity.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, I'm sure she's gonna do fine. I don't think it is gonna be worse than the other ones. Hopefully might be even better with better
Mhm.
writing. If they do better writing, if they actually have like not monster of the week, but like actually good plot lines and interesting. You can do so much with this concept. Doctor Who uh, has like this space and time, basically time machine and stuff like that. You can do so much. You don't have to add monsters every week.
Mhm.
You don't have to have like a crazy alien or a ghost or whatever in every episode. You can have like interesting plots without it, I think.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm not a huge fan of Doctor Who, because they just have to add something weird in every episode. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. So let's move on to the next topic. You said you wanted to talk about movies and
Uh-huh. Movies. Yeah, 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 yeah. Venom.
um,
Have you seen it?
I
You
haven't seen
added
it.
you
Yeah,
you added this
we
topic
were
to.
supposed to watch it last week, but
Yeah, we were supposed to watch it, but you said you would watch it by yourself, no?
yeah, one day when it comes
Okay, so
out.
why did you add the topic if you didn't? Okay, so
There were some news
mhm,
about the
yeah,
reviews and ratings and
hmm
so on and so on. So it has a very low rating on Rotten Tomatoes or
low,
Tomatoes,
uh-huh.
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, like 30% rating.
Yeah, but
So like
that's the critics rating,
yeah,
right?
that's the critics,
Uh-huh.
but the
But the
audience score is
fans,
89.
audience,
So
yeah, yeah.
the fans loved it.
hmm Yeah, I've heard that Tom Hardy was really good in it. That
Mm,
he was like the highlight of the show. Of course, he should be. Like, if you get Tom Hardy in a like
mm,
movie or in a TV show or wherever,
mm,
you
mm.
better have him be cool and be awesome, because that's the selling point of the whole thing,
Obviously, no.
right?
And this Venom, we can all agree that it's more believable than the previous Venom in Spider-Man universe.
Uh-huh.
Remember when he
Yeah,
was
yeah, it wasn't that.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
3?
three. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But here is the
Yeah.
issue,
Oh my god, I still like. I'm getting flashbacks of Tobey Maguire doing this, like. You know that when he's like doing the finger guns
Confused.
and he's
Yeah.
like dancing and stuff like that. Oh my god,
Mhm.
that's
I
that's
see.
horrible, dude.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. When I saw Eddie Brock, no, that's not it. Not Eddie
Mm-hmm.
Brock. Who was playing Topher Grace? Yeah, Topher Grace was.
Topher
Uh,
Grace, yeah, yeah, yeah. He
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
Venom, right?
Yeah, he was Venom.
Yeah.
But it's just like it just didn't seem the real one.
Yeah, I guess the reason they chose Topher Grace is he's kind of like very similar to Tobey Maguire. He doesn't look like Tobey Maguire, but he kind of fills the same role in like the movie verse kind of thing. He's like basically interchangeable with Tobey Maguire, right? Mm-hmm. He's like a poor man's Tobey Maguire, you might say, right? So I guess they wanted to have like a character that is similar to him, but is kind of like the, anti-hero or something, and antithesis to Spider-Man. But yeah, it didn't really work.
So what about his origin story? Was it done properly in Spider-Man 3? I don't actually know his.
I don't even remember. I don't.
I know that Venom spawned from Spider-Man being feeling very evil or something, and then turning evil. Then he sort of rejected this evil, and that's how he spawned. But watching the newer trailers, I believe that for the new Venom, I believe that it's the result of something else. And I don't know.
Yeah,
really.
Actually, I watch. Do you watch Fact Fiend? Fact Fiend, like the YouTube channel.
No.
Fact Fiend. You should check it out. Fact Fiend is like a I'll type it in the chat box. Is a YouTube channel that does like really kind of weird stories about stuff. So I've seen an episode of Fact Fiend where he said the dude says that Venom was actually Deadpool's fault, because Venom actually joined with Deadpool for a kind of very short time, and Deadpool is kind of crazy, messed up in the head. So that kind of Deadpool's like crazy thoughts and like all that stuff that he is like he's like Deadpool is meta. He thinks outside of the comics or outside of the movies and stuff like that, and he's like really weird, and that kind of joining of the minds messed up Venom, and that's why he became like so like weird and crazy and stuff like that. That's a theory, not a theory actually, that happened in one of the comics. So that's all I know about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know really. The theories are one thing, and what really is true is another thing. But that's what's canon and what's not canon. They can expand it or they can reduce it.
Yeah, but because movie verse and comic verse is like not always the same. So
I'll just wait. I'll keep my opinion about it until I see the movie release.
So do you want to see it? So you wanna go actually see it next week or something?
Not in the movie theater.
Really? Not in the theater. Okay, never mind.
Maybe in a couple of months.
Okay, moving on. Since we don't really know a lot about this, we're moving on to the next topic. This is a big one. James Gunn is going to write and possibly direct the Suicide Squad movie, the next Suicide Squad movie. What? You know who James Gunn is, right?
Of course, yeah.
He directed the Guardians of the Galaxy first two movies. And
I'll add something related.
He directed like a really weird short series, like a web series that's called PG Porn. You've seen that?
No.
It's like porn, but without the sex. Like,
oh my god, that's so cool.
You've seen that? No?
I've seen something similar.
Yeah, before he became like a big time director and stuff, he directed PG Porn, and that was like he got actual porn stars to like maybe basically a pizza delivery guy, and then the guy comes in and he he says like, oh, let me fix your pipes, and she says, oh, what are you going to do, or something, stuff like that, and actually does
he fixes her pipes.
Yeah, he fixes her pipes or something like that.
Yeah. So cool.
So yeah, he did that too. So yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. He got fired from the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie because you heard about that.
I don't know why he was fired.
He got fired because like some SJWs or something. I don't know. I don't like to use that word, but yeah, whatever. Some people got a hold of some of his old tweets, and he did say some weird stuff. I couldn't even find exactly what I found, like a couple of things. Yeah, he did say like some really, really bad jokes. And when I say bad jokes, they were bad, and they were also like very, very disgusting and talking about some like taboo subjects and stuff like that. So people saw that, and that was even before he directed any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, or before he even joined with Disney, before he ever worked with Disney. And of course, there was a shitstorm on the internet. People got mad at him. Everybody started talking about that, and then Disney just fired him.
Okay, well, yeah. What can you do? When it comes to so much money involved, they don't want to risk that publicity.
They're like, okay, money. That's
it's
it.
all about
like
the money.
You're losing us money.
I mean, they wouldn't have spent so much money.
It's all about the money, Lebowski.
Exactly.
So basically, DC saw this and they said, "Okay,
that's a great opportunity.
Let's get this guy, right? Our Suicide Squad movie sucked donkey balls, right? So let's get the director that knows how to do a movie well, knows how to do. He did the original like comedy / action, superhero movie. He did it, first. So let's get the guy that actually knows how to do it well, and let's get him to direct the new Suicide
In
Squad
all
movie.
fairness to the Suicide Squad movie, that I really, would have enjoyed if it had been slightly better, is the fact is that they did so many reshoots, recuts. So the movie was cut so many times that they didn't allow the director creative freedom, and I believe the movie could have been good, really good.
That's what I've heard too. That actually maybe it wasn't the director's fault.
With slight changes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't allow him. So what's the point? If they don't, but now hopefully they will allow James Gunn to direct it.
That's my hope as well. Yeah,
in his own way. So definitely good. And now that you remind me, now that we talk about Suicide Squad 2, I don't believe we mentioned Joker, even though it's a different project. So what do you think? Have you seen the trailer for the latest Joker in 2019 with Joaquin Phoenix?
Oh yeah, is there a trailer for that?
Not necessarily a trailer, but there were some shoots and some photos. But
I haven't seen anything about that.
Oh, there is some clip, really. I don't know.
Really? Okay. Cool.
No, but maybe that's old. I'm not really sure. I will have to check. No, that's not it. That's something old. So yeah, there were some stills and there were some short videos of people, with spy cameras, and so on and so on. So what do you think about Joaquin Phoenix being the Joker?
Joaquin?
Really
How
sure.
do you pronounce that? Joaquin, I think. Joaquin. I don't know.
Joaquin.
I haven't seen it. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor. I guess.
Yeah.
It could
but he
be
never
good.
felt like the guy who could be that devilish. He could have such sharp face. For me, the biggest point of Joker, and I've seen the cartoons and in the movies as well, that he has a very sharp face, and Joaquin
has those sharp features. What are you talking about?
But now when he sort of lost the weight and something, but in the past, I believe his jaw was just very wide. But I don't know.
But he has like weird. A very, very distinctive face.
He does, and that's good.
He does.
So
he has a weird face. Okay, I just googled Joaquin Phoenix, and there's some Joker.
What I'm trying to say is that in the new pictures, now that he lost a lot of weight, he does look very scary. I mean, if I saw him on the street like that, I would be scared, let alone in his Joker costume.
He has a weird face. I think
not weird in a necessary sense, just
it's definitely weird. It's pretty weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he could do it. He's a really good actor. Nobody actually.
Yeah, I like.
Nobody thought that Heath Ledger could be like such a good Joker. Nobody thought that. Nobody was, oh my god, this guy's gonna be like basically the benchmark of like Jokers. Like everybody's gonna measure up to. Heath Ledger now. So could be, yeah. And Joaquin Phoenix is I think he was an Oscar-nominated actor, right?
Yeah, 3 Oscars. He was
Did he
nominated
win
for 3
any?
Oscars, but I don't think.
Yeah, but he's like an really
He's a good actor. I like his movies, and well, not all of them, but the ones I've seen. So yeah.
Walk the Line. I haven't seen that movie. Like the Johnny Cash, was he in it?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, I like Johnny Cash. I should watch that movie.
Yeah,
but
maybe we can watch together again. Why not?
And do a review. Yeah. We can
do a review of the movie as well. Yeah.
So getting back to what it's called, Suicide Squad 2. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think it can be a good movie? Do you think it will be a good movie, or not?
Actually, I have to say something. Mm-hmm. If they keep the same cast and they just do some smaller mm-hmm. changes, I think it could be a good movie. Mm-hmm. Changing the cast would be bad. Okay, mm-hmm. At least I have this feeling,
They're not going to change
anyone.
They're definitely not going to change Harley Quinn or Deadshot, right?
Okay.
They're staying. That's The other guys, I don't care that much. To tell you the truth. I don't really care.
Okay, so the rumors are that Karen Fukuhara will still be Katana and Jared Leto will be the Joker in that sense. So, yeah, more or less, that would be okay. Maybe they will add some new characters, but that's just still in development. So if they keep the characters, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It will be good. Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure. The characters, can be good if they're written well, and I think James Gunn knows how to write an ensemble cast movie, which is you can't really say about the previous movie that it was either it wasn't written well or it was just cut, and edited to be incomprehensible and really boring. I don't know what they did, but they did something bad. So if they do give James Gunn freedom to have his own vision, at least a certain amount of freedom, because he is already people know he knows what James Gunn knows what he's doing. He can make a good movie, so hopefully they will give him they will trust him more, and they can he can at least make his vision, make his make his kind of movie that he does well. Could be good.
I don't know. I still like the original one. You're gonna.
I think you're one of the very few people that liked.
It wasn't a great movie. Honestly, it had its faults. I like the music. I like the style it was presented in. This whole flashy stuff and so on. The way characters were presented. It just was so reminiscent of something that I saw before. So it wasn't an ideal movie. Honestly, it had its faults, really, really big faults. It just, there was something. I don't know how to explain it. So I wouldn't still consider it a bad movie. It could have been a lot better. I can agree on that. So it could have been a lot better. Could have been done better, but it still isn't that bad, So, and there are some lines that I believe could have been, could have remained as a sort of lines that you would repeat again. We are the bad quotes. Guys, or something like that. Yeah. So there were some lines I believe that I wouldn't say were epic, but just some lines that I could compare myself to, or something like that.
The problem is all those lines that were actually interesting in the movie. Already they showed it in the trailer before the movie came out.
So maybe
that's the problem.
Yeah. But still, I liked it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I don't want to.
The thing I just one last thing, and let's move on. Okay. So, what I think you liked in the Suicide Squad movie was something that James Gunn already established in Guardians of the Galaxy. They were trying to copy Guardians of the Galaxy. You can see it in the kind of the comedy they tried to do. You can see it in the ensemble. You can see it in the music. But they did all of that, but they did it like really in the wrong way. They really did. They didn't do it.
They did
right.
really poorly. Okay.
Yeah, there was something wrong with it. You know.
Yeah, I can agree, but I just cannot quite.
And James Gunn did it right in the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I
he did it. He did it great.
I think he can definitely resurrect this franchise.
But that's the problem. Will they allow him? Will the guys,
if they allow him, yeah,
allow him to take his freedom and to present his vision of the Suicide Squad 2?
I hope they will, because I think I hope they learn their lesson from by messing with the directors or writers' vision. They can really fuck up a movie. I hope they learn their lesson. I don't know.
Okay, now now we can continue talking about this.
Yeah, we don't.
What about Aquaman? What about Aquaman now? Because that's
is it out? Is that out? Did it?
I think it is.
I haven't seen that. I don't know.
Oh no, it will come out. So what do you think? Have you seen the trailer at least of it?
I've seen a little bit of it. I think, yeah.
I've seen some trailer, and the first trailer that I saw was like, they are just it's gonna suck like Batman versus Superman and stuff. But then the more trailers look, the more epic fights appeared, and the more stuff came out. So not Jason Momoa, obviously. I'm straight, so I don't care about him mostly. But
that's for the girls. Yeah.
It's okay. Like it's not the point, but the visuals themselves appeared so nice, and the story and so on and so on, and Black Manta, who is like the bad guy, who seemed really weird for me, but then it was okay. It just seems like a wider story, and it seems like it can be what I believe those people in DC said, that they are gonna try not to combine stories in the same way Marvel did, to create a huge story and that would lead to something else, but to sort of focus on individual stories more or less. Yeah, so that's what they said they'll do. So as an individual story, I think this would be good. Obviously Amber Heard is there, so yeah, let's say that she would be an attractive feature here. So
I don't know who she is, but yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, she's a famous actress. Okay, yeah.
No, not important. I'm gonna Google.
Not important. Okay, not important. But basically, have you seen the trailer, and what do you think about Aquaman?
I wasn't really even thinking about it, to tell you the truth. I wasn't like that interested in like Aquaman. I mean, I'll watch it if it comes out, or if like you want to watch it, or if some friends want to watch it. But to actually, like by myself, I would never think about going over.
That's what I thought when I saw the first trailer, and then I saw this whole trailer that lasts for 5 minutes, and it is better. It is.
I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Might be good.
Maybe you'll change your opinion. I was like that at first, like now look at this trailer. I actually almost hated it. The first time I saw it, because I expected it to be like the previous movies, which they really destroyed. I still want to mention that.
It kind of seems like a Lion King storyline. He's like outcast to the land, and then his brother is the king, and he needs to take over the kingdom and challenge his brother or something like that. Not exactly like Lion King, but
not
kind
exactly,
of
because he's like half the something, half
brother or something. I don't know.
Half breed. That sounds really racist when I say it, but I don't mean it in a racist way. So basically, I think there is this story about how would I say, moving further than you think your potentials are. So the story of reaching, or maybe overreaching. No, not overreaching. So reaching further than you ever imagined. So he never wanted to be.
Yeah, he is like the reluctant hero, reluctant ruler.
Exactly, reluctant hero. And
that's a common trope, though. I don't know.
Exactly. But I think in this case they did it so well. Then you realize that there is this whole underwater world, and not just many world, not just one. Atlantis. That there are some other stuff that I didn't know about. Maybe that's the point. I don't know so much about Aquaman or the DC comic book universe that I didn't really think
Yeah,
about it. But
I was like never really like aside from Batman and Superman, I was never like didn't really know a lot about DC. So
yeah, and now I'm going back to the Big Bang Theory. Why everyone wanted to be Aquaman in one episode? I remember.
nobody wanted to be Aquaman.
Nobody wanted to be Aquaman.
Yeah, because he's lame. I mean, especially before Jason Momoa, actually, the reason that they got Jason Momoa to be Aquaman is because they really desperately needed a cool Aquaman, right?
But why do they insist on Aquaman? I mean, there's so many.
I don't know. I guess he's a
like,
big.
If he's so bad, if people don't like that. I mean, maybe they created this whole world and so on and so on. So, I think it's interesting, and I should have read more about it before starting this.
Well,
topic,
yeah, I did. Yeah, and next time you want to talk about the topic, send me,
Yeah, but this just came up now.
Just
came up now, so I was like,
because
since we focused on the DC universe, I was like, let's talk about it.
Okay, cool. Moving on, what else did we have to talk? This is not important. Who cares? Glass. Just short. We don't have to talk too much about it. But have you seen Unbreakable and Split?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen?
I want to watch them all once. Because,
okay. So Glass is, if you've never seen Unbreakable is like Bruce Willis is like a guy who cannot be hurt or something. I don't remember exactly. And his arch nemesis, a dude who gets hurt super easily, but he's like the villain. It's a weird movie. I liked it. It's a cool movie. It's M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know how to say his name, but you know that guy. And Split is a really weird movie. It's kind of like a horror kind of type of movie. And I watched the whole movie. I never even realized that it was like a part of this universe. Yeah. But it's a pretty good movie. I'm not gonna say too much about it. But now finally we have all these characters together, and it looks pretty cool. I'm definitely interested in seeing this, because all of these characters are together in like kind of this asylum or some kind of, is it government facility that kind of keeps these like superpowered individuals or like gifted individuals or something like that, and they try to experiment. There's like this female kind of doctor that kind of tries to mess with them or something. So yeah, looks interesting, definitely. I don't know too much about it, but looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good to watch all. If you haven't seen, such as me, if you haven't seen any of these movies, it's good to watch them all at once.
Yeah, if I watched what do you call it? Unbreakable and Split, and then the third movie all together, probably it would be even cooler. But I watched them like years apart because they came out years apart. So I kind of forget the first movie. I kind of forget. I have to rewatch it before I see Split again.
So yeah, hopefully everything sort of falls into one consistent story.
Yeah. I think so. So definitely a thing to watch for. Since you haven't seen any of them, we don't really have too much to talk about. Let's move on to games, right?
Yeah.
We don't have as much to talk about in the games section. It's working. I finally switched the game screen, if you can see, if you're watching the stream.
Yeah, but it's still late on the stream, so.
Yeah, but it's working. I finally this time. Last time it didn't work. So what do we have when it comes to games? Telltale Games closed down.
So they are closing down. Okay.
Closed down. They're done. They are completely done. There's nothing, they can do anymore. So, have you ever played any Telltale?
Of course, I have some of them legally, some of them.
don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm joking. Yes, some of them also legally. Obviously, they would often give out the first episode for free, so that's when I played them. I played mostly the one, The Walking Dead, and
I actually never really played Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah, I've played other Telltale games, never The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I played The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. Really, I liked Game of Thrones story,
It was
and
cool.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know who said
Forrester or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was just, for me, I felt like I was, oh my god, I was in that universe. The Walking Dead was so not that
really
bad.
Like everybody says The Walking Dead is like the flagship project, the best one.
It is. So it was probably good, but maybe I'm not that into The Walking Dead as much as I hoped I am in the Walking Dead world universe, or maybe it was too difficult, or maybe I was too lazy. But anyway, I didn't want to continue Game of Thrones. I wanted to continue, and I actually finished 3.5 episodes, and then my laptop broke down, so I couldn't finish everything, and it's still broken, unfortunately. So that was sad, you know. Like, yeah.
So do you? What do you think about them closing down? Are you like sad,
what I think,
or you don't
I
care
hope that
that
this type
much?
of game continues. These types of games continue to be produced. They are fun, interesting. Themselves, you know, I heard different stories in the past that they forced their workers, you know, to overwork. Yeah, like force them to the limit, and then, you know,
had really bad working conditions.
Exactly.
And like the deadlines were crazy and all of that stuff. I've heard that.
So that's the problem, you know. That's why some of them quit, and so on and so on. So if, you know, never mind if you give good games, if, you know, it comes out from someone suffering, but they wanted to increase their profits, and maybe they pushed this type of working ethic onto the end. But
and I've heard the part of the reason why they failed, I don't know, but I've heard like is that they pushed too many IPs. Too many, like they did The Walking Dead, of course, they did Game of Thrones, they did Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 more Walking Dead, you know, Michonne and some other Walking Dead ones. They did the one that I really like, that's a lot earlier on, but they did Back to the Future. I actually really like that one. I played, I think, all the way through. They did a bunch of IPs, and I guess they did too much, and they spent too much money on that, and probably it didn't work out. It didn't sell so well. But what I also think might be part of the reason why it didn't work, or it didn't sell so well, is also Twitch, YouTube. Could it be?
Because
do you think
watched, so? Yes. Well, obviously, no. The reason is definitely they tried to work on many projects at the same time, and definitely, you know, I believe after some time that reduced the quality of their stories because they were focused on so many projects at the same time. So obviously that's something they shouldn't have pushed so far, but, you know, I guess they should have learned for now. And then I don't know, could be these social networks focusing on that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, for me specifically, Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, oh, this is looks so cool, looks so interesting. I saw it on YouTube. Somebody was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I just watched the story on YouTube, and I never got the game because this is like such a story-driven game that if you already watched the whole thing on YouTube, why would you buy the game?
Well,
you know,
exactly. But you can still make your own choices. So it's, you know, the game is about
but like you already seen the main part of the story. You already you already experienced it. So like I think a lot of people watched Twitch, watched YouTube, watched like the videos of those games, and they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it now. I don't know. That's what I think that could have like contributed to, you know,
well, I don't know,
this type of game.
Well, what happened. So what can you do?
Because like other games, you still have gameplay. If you're watching somebody play, for example, I streamed a lot of The Witcher, right? If you're watching me play The Witcher, there's story. There's like a story is a big part of The Witcher. but it's not the only part. You still have gameplay. You're still fighting the monsters, trying to defeat them. You're still there's like it's not only the story. There's quests. There's like gameplay, fighting, shooting, all of that stuff. So there's still always something fun for you to do, even if you've seen the story. But Telltale is just the story.
Actually, now I wanted to talk about this. You raised an interesting issue. Many years ago, I gave up on playing new video games. First, I couldn't afford them. Second, my computer wouldn't run them.
Yeah,
so I was thinking of an idea just to watch all the cutscenes of the latest games instead of playing it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it? Is this a good thing or not? Even though I know all these cutscenes can last for like 4 or 5 hours.
For games
what types of games
usually for most games, I don't think it's a huge problem, because gameplay. So games are actually, you have some interaction. You're doing something. You're having fun. Not only watching the cutscene, not only watching the story. Story is a important part, but not the only part. And I don't think that can hurt the sales that much. Usually it actually helps sales if you can see it on YouTube and Twitch and so on. But for games that are like only story driven, that you basically like just only click this dialogue option and then like click something and you have a quick time event and so on, it's a problem.
I know, but some games definitely could be played in such a manner.
No, they can, but like the component of the component of gameplay is important if people are gonna stream it. If like 1,000 kids or 1,000 people watch this Game of Thrones on YouTube or on Twitch, most of them are not gonna buy it. If 1,000 people watch Fortnite or PUBG, they're gonna play it. They're still gonna play it.
I see.
And that's the difference between actual story-driven content and game-driven content. The game task-driven content that I think is the issue here. I don't know. That's my opinion, at least. I know.
Well, that's how would I say? I really am not sure what to think about it, but yeah, I don't know. Really, it's just that I was thinking about this, and now I don't know. Some games are definitely watchable, so not as well as playable, but also watchable.
Yeah. Of course, a lot of games are watchable, but most of them are watchable. But the problem is some, you just watch them and you don't have, you don't need to play them after that. Okay, moving on to this is like a short. I don't know, you don't probably care too much about this, but Fallout 76. And I saw this. It's kind of funny. Let me quickly read. I saw this article. It says that West Virginia is going to embrace the inevitable flood of Fallout 76 tourists. Because the new Fallout game is based in West Virginia. You even have that song, Country Road, Take Me Home, da-da-da. You know that song. And then West Virginia, tourism board or something said they're going to embrace Fallout gamers, and they're going to welcome. Our goal is to welcome each and every one of the game's players to almost heaven. That's the name. I guess that's what they call it. Bethesda has been a terrific partner since day one. They've really embraced West Virginia and its beauty. We believe this unique partnership has tremendous potential to bring folks to visit the mountain state. So that was kind of funny to me. I just wanted to mention it. So it's kind of funny. Games can influence, especially Fallout does influence a lot of stuff like this. Influence a lot of people to start listening to the Rat Pack, especially like Fallout 3 started. People started listening to Billie Holiday, start listening to the Ink Spots, to like all this old music that most people nowadays like wouldn't even think about. But it's kind of interesting to me how games can like create interest in something like that. It's kind of like Rick and Morty with the Szechuan sauce.
Oh my god, Szechuan. I don't know, really. Okay. Regarding Fallout Universe, you know that both of us are huge fans of it. So
yeah. So yeah, wanted to mention this, but I also wanted to ask you about Fallout 76. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? I cannot play it. that's
no.
that's
I mean,
first
have you seen the trailers and like have you seen?
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
news
So
concerning
basically, I've seen the trailers. I've seen these. Those short, cartoonish videos that they make. I really love them. And obviously, the map of Fallout 76 will be huge, which is an advantage.
I haven't even seen the map. Let me Google that.
Yeah, you can take a look at it. So obviously focus on nature and stuff like that. I don't know. It's been so long since I've played a Fallout game, and you played Fallout 4. I remember yours.
I played Fallout 3, New Vegas 4. I played all of them except for Tactics, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't played the turn-based one. Yeah. Yeah, I played all of them, and I'm a huge Fallout fan. Yeah. So, what do you think about how they are heading towards like multiplayer and stuff like that?
Well, I believe they are trying to adapt to the new market requirements, let's say, but I think it's nice. So sure, you can play Fallout in a singular mode, and that was that's what's the point. So it's an action role-playing game, RPG, and focuses on developing individual stories and such, but also multiplayer wouldn't hurt. And as we've noticed from PUBG, is that how you pronounce it?
Which one?
PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground.
PUBG.
That's how it's pronounced. I have no
PUBG.
So I don't know. It's just the focus is on this multiplayer part. So
yeah. But do you think a game like a game like Fallout that is single player driven, that is like story driven so much? Do you think it will lose some of its appeal because of multiplayer?
I think it will. We can just follow an example from the same producer, The Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online.
Failed. So that was an
attempt.
Did
it fail? People are still playing that, I think.
I know, but you have to pay. Do you still have to pay? Is it free?
I think it's free to play now.
Really?
I'm not sure, but I think it might be. Yeah.
Free to play. Just a second. The Elder Scrolls is free to play until March 27th.
Okay, yeah. PUBG, yeah. Chat. Somebody's chat saying PUBG. Yeah.
PUBG. That's my.
Yeah. Do you think it's gonna be like an Elder Scrolls game, or do you think it's gonna be more like a shooter game, more like less like an MMO, more like a...
I think they're gonna try to do some combination of something. So I haven't played the Elder Scrolls Online, but
I've never played it either.
So
I've seen Elder Scrolls Online. I've seen like some streamers, like I think Fade Willow plays it occasionally, and I'm not impressed. I'm not like
impressed.
It looks like
the Elder Scrolls.
But it's Elder Scrolls, but it's MMO basically. Any like most MMOs look like that, and I'm not a big fan.
I don't know. So I hope it will be good. It will definitely not be as as Elder Scrolls Online. I think so, at least from what I could see.
Yeah, I hope so. If it is like Elder Scrolls Online, I'm definitely not playing it.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson with the Elder Scrolls Online, so they're not gonna. But obviously, the expansion of the story and everything is good. I think they use the same engine to make this game as well. So
Looks like, yeah.
it looks exactly the same, which is good. In some cases, you don't always have to improve or to change the engine for the whole story. I mean, this is just me, and I know this sounds weird, but even before Skyrim came out, when I played Oblivion, I was like, okay, you can just, you don't even have to improve on that. Obviously, at the time the graphics were not ideal, but basically, I was like, okay, you can do this. Just expand the story, add more story. I don't care, like just add more story because the story was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but
I liked it. I liked everything. Yeah.
But the thing is, multiplayer. I mean, you can do story in multiplayer, but if you're focusing on multiplayer, it kind of dilutes the thing, and you're gonna like even Fallout 4. I'm like, I still play it occasionally, but I kind of hate the grindy nature of it now. Because now I'm like, I keep grinding, I'm building my settlements, I'm like adding turrets in the base and stuff like that, and I'm just running around and doing some fetch quests and stuff like that. It's kind of, I don't know why. I sometimes I'm just like turn off my brain and do fetch quests in Fallout 4, and I don't know why I keep playing it. I shouldn't, basically. Because it became boring. Like the first part of the game was kind of interesting. You did have like the story and stuff like that, but once you finish the main quests, then you're just doing fetch quests and running around and collecting stuff. It becomes kind of boring. Yeah, but with multiplayer, that might, if they do like a good single player story, like they did in the previous games, and also add multiplayer on top of that when you finish the story arcs and you have a reason to keep playing. If they actually manage to kind of like join those two things together in a good way, it's possible, but I'm not really hopeful for that. I mean, I am hopeful, but I'm not really expecting like a great turnout. We'll see.
Well, we'll see, as you said. So I'm not really sure about anything until it comes out, but it would be nice to have the next installment somehow related to the story. And this whole universe, Fallout universe, is a great inspiration for maybe even writing.
You're always I
don't know.
Yeah, but the Fallout universe, like of course it's you've seen like Mad Max and
well, that's
you've seen have you seen the movie A Boy and His Dog? Have you seen that movie?
I can't say that I did.
Like that's also part of the inspiration for Fallout, because Boy and His Dog is basically like kind of like Mad Max, but like there's like a younger kid, and he has a dog, and like I think the character of Dog Meat kind of.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that movie? It's a weird movie, but it's a good movie. Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just.
So anybody watching, you haven't seen A Boy? It's an old movie from 1975 actually. It's a pretty weird old movie, like post-apocalyptia. You have like a kind of telepathic dog. I forgot, and they go into this like it kind of reminds me of Zardoz. You know Zardoz?
No.
That's another super weird movie with Sean Connery and I know that one, the red thong kind of thing. Yeah. That's like even weirder, dude. Zardoz.
But that would be a good idea to make it into some kind of DLC for some game.
I'm just typing. I'm just
so weird, like,
putting in links for both Zardoz and The Boys and His Dog, so you guys watching, check out those movies. They're weird, but they're cool. So definitely we're gonna follow the situation, how it develops for Fallout 76. Am I going to play it? I'm not sure. I'm not going to pre-order it for sure, but I'm going to wait until we get some gameplay and we see some, how things
First
develop.
impressions,
Yeah,
nice.
and I might play it, I might not. I'll see. Moving on to, did you have any more games you
Actually,
wanted to
I just
discuss?
wanted to
Yes?
say that.
Or about this?
Actually, I just wanted to
Mhm.
finish since I have to
Oh, yeah,
prepare
sure.
for dinner and I have to.
Oh, you
I
have to.
prepare for work and I have to eat dinner. So yeah.
Oh, you want to finish? Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk too much about books today. Just wanted to recommend one book.
Yeah.
And that book is called Children of Time. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it.
Children
Actually,
of
I wanted
Time.
to download it as well. Yeah.
I think it did get like a Nebula Prize or something like that. I'm not sure. It's a pretty cool book. It's like evolutionary, and I know that you are interested in that type of thing. It's not, there are no Neanderthals in this one, but it's a pretty cool book about like I think the author is a biologist.
Mm-hmm.
Or some kind of like something connected to biology or medicine or something like that. So he did kind of envision this like alien. I'm not gonna like spoil it too much, but an alien like planet that like evolves over time and like completely different from humans, and like you have like these two. You have humans and the aliens. You have humans and the aliens, and like there's like finally there's like I can't really say a lot about it, but the way in which it's written, especially those like creatures that are developing, is really interesting and really like kind of imagines like a cool world, different world, a different way of thinking. Completely different way of thinking, different way of developing technologies, and it's like over millennia. It develops over millennia, or even like thousands and thousands of years. It's a really interesting, sprawling, like epic about civilizations and about development. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool book. Definitely, I recommend it.
Thank you for the recommendation.
I got it for like $1 on Amazon. It was like now it's more expensive, unfortunately. But yeah, I got it for $1 when I was just browsing. Oh, this is like $1, but it has some good recommendations. I got it and I was not disappointed. Best purchase I ever made.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm now rereading the I'm now rereading the Asimov's Robots universe, and I actually read I, Robot and Caves of Steel. I actually finished Caves of Steel just before we started this stream, so
that's why you sent me the Caves of Steel like YouTube the thing.
Yeah, because I was listening to it, and now I'm really in this universe now, and when I finish all the books, then I will focus on other things. But definitely there are so many interesting things to consider.
Next one, I think Robots of Dawn.
The Naked Sun, and then the
Naked Sun, then the Robots of Dawn. Yeah, I've read all of those when I was like years ago. I read them. That's like,
so it's good to reread them again.
It's kind of like science fiction detective story. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that series was a lot of fun to read for me. Have you read what do you call The End of Eternity?
No. That's the last book in the series.
Definitely read that one. End of Eternity is not connected to the Robot series, really.
It's connected to the whole universe.
It is like connected to the universe, but it's not like really like strongly connected. It's just like you can read it at any point. It's not like it's not at the beginning, it's not at the ending, it's like a little bit outside of it, although it's connected somehow. I'm not gonna say how. So.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely check out at any point, End of Eternity, a really good science fiction novel by Asimov. One of my favorites.
Okay, yeah, I plan to read all of them. It sounds weird, but I do. So since I started doing this, and I was like, okay, I'm just started. So there is nothing better to do, and since I'll be traveling, so yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay,
let's finish with that today.
That will be it. I wanted to, but you're in a hurry. I wanted to talk about the name of our podcast, but yeah, let's give it one more week. Let's think about it a little bit more. We do have some suggestions, but let's think about it a little bit more for one more week, and next time we'll hopefully try to decide on the name for us.
Okay.
So yeah, that will be it for the podcast. We rushed the last part with the books a little bit, but yeah, we talk about books all throughout, so it's not a huge huge cut. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you all you guys in chat for hanging out. Sorry we couldn't really respond to chat too much because we're trying to do this as an actual podcast, filming and all that stuff. But yeah, have an awesome evening, and we'll see you guys next week, hopefully, if everything is how it should be. We will be at the same place. We will be streaming from the same room, so the audio should be much better next week. Yeah, have an awesome evening, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.